In this video, we're going to talk about how to find key features of a quadratic graph so that eventually we'll be able to graph these. We're going to go over how to tell, just looking at the function equation, whether a parabola is going to open up or down, what the axis of symmetry is, and how to find the vertex. Okay. So opening up or down. So a parabola is either going to look happy or it's going to look sad, depending on the function equation. And in order to do anything for these problems, you need to identify what A, B, and C are. And remember, those are the coefficient and the constant. So in this problem, A is 2. B is -4, and C is -6. Make sure to take those negatives with you. So in order to decide whether it opens up or down, you look at the value of A. That's going to determine whatever your leading coefficient is. If A is positive, so that's me saying A is greater than 0. That doesn't look great. Let me redo that. So if A is greater than 0, it's going to open up, like if it's positive. If A is less than 0, if A is negative, it'll open down. So for this example, A is 2, so it's going to open up. It's going to have this look about it. It's not going to face down. Now, if A were to equal 0, that would make your x squared term go away, and it wouldn't be quadratic anymore, so it wouldn't be graphing a quadratic function. So that's why it's strictly greater than to open up and strictly less than to open down. Like a frown, down like a frown, or up like a smile. So next is the axis of symmetry. So just to remind you what that is, so when you have your parabola, there's this imaginary vertical line going through it. That's your axis of symmetry. And it's a vertical line. So when we write vertical lines, we write them as x equals a number. Now to get that number, every time what you can do is the opposite of b divided by 2 times a. And that will actually give you the axis of symmetry. So for our problem, the opposite of b, so -4 over 2 times a is 4 over 4 or 1. But what you need to make sure to do is write it as x equals 1. It's the axis of symmetry is a vertical line, so you need to write it as a vertical line. So x equals 1, it opens up. That's our information so far. Okay, so then your vertex is a coordinate. So your vertex needs to be written as an x comma a y. It's a coordinate. So how to find in general? Well, to find the x, it's the same as the axis of symmetry. And we talked about that in the other video because the axis of symmetry goes through the vertex. So it's going to be -b divided by 2a. Now to get the corresponding y, you're just going to plug x value into the function. Just going to plug it in. So I know that my coordinate's going to be 1 comma something. I got that 1. It's -b over 2a. I already found it when I found the axis of symmetry. And now I'm just going to do some work. So it says that f of x is 2x squared minus 4x minus 6. And now I'm just going to find what f of 1 is. I'm going to plug 1 into the function. And I will get 1 squared is 1, times 2 is 2, minus 4 minus 6. 2 minus 10 is -8. So -8. So my vertex is at 1, -8. It opens up. And my axis of symmetry is the equation x equals 1. So you're going to do some practice on just finding those pieces, and then we'll move on to finding the y-intercept, x-intercept, and other points that we need.